Welcome back to Nashville Nights with Carol Lee as we present our Thanksgiving special for you all. I hope you're having as much fun out there listening to these gentlemen as I am. Johnny Russell, I want to hear about the time that Jack Pruitt Jr., Jeannie Pruitt's son, told me this story the other night at the Opry. I will hear all kinds of stories on you guys, that you were robbed in Colorado.
Well, you know what? I was in Colorado Springs last Thursday, and I had gone in there. This was several years back. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I flew in, and a man picked me up at the airport and took me to the radio station, took me to the hotel. I checked in, and I was in my room, and there was a knock at the door, and I didn't know anybody there, but I went over and opened the door, and a gun came through the door. The guy told me to back up.
Whoa.
Well, you know, being the nice guy that I am, I did what he told me to. I backed up.
That's right.
He said, now put your hands up. And I said, okay, and I put my hands up. There's two of them, they both had guns.
Did they have their faces covered?
No.
Pretty brave.
No, they just, he said, now go over and sit down on the bed, and I did, and they took a pillowcase, the shorter one of the two, took a pillowcase, put my feet in the pillowcase, turned her over my stomach, and ripped up a sheet, and started tying me up. Now the big guy had a gun to my head, and he said, now don't move. But when the guy's tying me up, he moved me, and I said, didn't you hear him tell me not to move? And he apologized. I had a lot of fun with those guys. We joked and kidded, and yeah, and they tied me up, and before he left,
That was fun, huh?
well, it was a lot more fun than what could have happened, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So, but before they left, I had told them I didn't have enough money and change to tip the bellhop with. And before he left, the big one reached in his pocket, pulled out $1 in change, and laid it on the dresser. And the little one said, well, what are you doing? He said, well, you gotta have some money to tip the bellhop with.
Oh, you don't mean it.
And he counted my money, and he said, you've got $110. I said, okay, is that enough? And he said, well, yeah. I said, but if it's not, I'll write you a check. And he said, you got $110, report it. I said, man, don't worry about the $110. He said, no, report it so you can take it off your income tax. I said, don't worry about it. He said, I'm not leaving here till you tell me you're going to report it.
You're kidding.
I said, I'll report it. But anyway, the next day when I checked out of the hotel,
Amazing.
they're charging me, you know, I said, you're going to charge me for this? The guy said, why not? I said, well, I got robbed here. He said, really? He said, how'd they do it? I said, well, they came in, had guns, ripped up a sheet and tied me. He said, wait a minute. He left, he came back. I said, where'd you go? He said, well, I wanted to check, make sure they didn't want to charge you for that sheet. But I didn't pay the bill, I left.
Was this a